House of Glory wrestling fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Winter Warfare was a very good show from the NYC Arena in Queens, New York, and it was also my birthday. I will say, as great as this was, it didn't top October's show, which was so awesome. All right, but I gotta say, there was heavy bass in that sound system of theirs. And also, people still vaping in the building. Are we going to put an end to that, House of Glory? What the fuck? But Matt Cardona had posted on his Twitter that he had missed his flight. He wouldn't be able to make the show. But we start out the show, and by the way, they started at 8:15 instead of 8 o'clock. We had Marcus Mathers one-on-one with Cashflow Ken Broadway, who was supposed to face Matt Cardona on this event. Good matchup these guys had. Mathers, of course, has really been a buzz and many independents out there. Ken Broadway defeats Marcus Mathers with an elbow from the top rope at 11 minutes, 31 seconds. Next up, the captain of the Sky, Raheem Royal, comes out. He mentions that he defeated Idris Jackson back in October, calls Jackson and Hillary P. Wisdom to come to the ring, and they do, and Wisdom gets the microphone. He's really digging into the crowd. And then Wisdom announces that, that Idris is not the only person he manages. And he mentioned Angel Jaquez. I apologize if I got his name wrong. And he came through the crowd. He attacked Raheem from behind. He and Jackson are double teaming him until Sweet Cheeks Joey Silver comes out, which leads to Commissioner Jason Solomon making a tag team match right then and there. And we eventually saw Angel Jaquez and Idris Jackson defeat Raheem Royal and Joey Silver with this double team move on Royal at 10 minutes, 56 seconds. After the match, they continue the attack, and Jackson gets a hold of a steel chair, puts Royal's ankle in, stomps off the top rope onto the chair, basically Pillmanizing Royal's ankle and foot. Up next, we saw the Women's Championship on the line as Allie Ketch challenged Shotzi Blackheart for the Women's Championship. And I don't know if these two ladies just weren't clicking or what the deal was. But Shotzi Blackheart defeats Allie Ketch at 12 minutes, 2 seconds to retain the heavyweight title with a top rope elbow. Up next, out comes the ringleader or the ringmaster, Midas. And Jay Lyon, the main event. They say they've been on a bit of a losing streak, lose to the Hardy Boys, and they lose to the Rascals. So they decide, let's start at the bottom and issue an open challenge. Out came the tag team collectively known as Dual Focus. I forgot their individual names. They mostly work for HOG's promotion, Other Fed, Legacy Pro Wrestling. As ring announcer David Adams referred to LPW as a cousin of House of Glory. Dual Focus managed to score an upset victory over main event at 9 minutes, 18 seconds. And after the match, ringleader Midas is still down, and Jay Lyons was trying to, and they were face to face, but then they both leave the ring. But Midas was not happy. So I don't know, trouble in paradise there, folks. Especially now they've lost 3 matches in a row. Next up, we see the Amazing Red challenging Darren Richardson for the Cruiserweight Championship. Darren was accompanied to the ring by The Pressure, Diamond Virago. And the fans, they just ate these two alive, especially Darren. People throwing crumpled up papers at him. I mean, come on, people are fucking pigs. Makes me wonder, is that how they treat their homes? And before David Adams could even get through one introduction, and Richardson attacked Red right away. They went into the crowd. I think they went by commentary. Richardson was using a chair, and then the bell rang again, and I guess that was a no contest at 1 minute, 30 seconds, but Commissioner Jason Solomon says, we're going to have a no disqualification match right now, and they're still going at it in the crowd, and man, hopefully most of these matches from this show will be placed on House of Glory's YouTube. But eventually, Sweet Cheeks Joey Silver comes out. He went after Diamond Virago. At one point, he picked her up over her shoulder and carried her away from the ring. I don't know how she managed to get back to ringside without the crowd seeing her, because she tripped Red as he was coming off the ropes. Red went to dive onto Richardson on the floor, but he moved out of the way and landed on Diamond. Angel Jaquez tried interfering. He went after Red. I don't know if somebody went after him. I can't remember. But eventually, there was a door set up in the corner, and Carlos La Sombra Ramirez comes out. He hits the ring, pushes Richardson down, powerbombs Red through that door, and I forgot what Darren did after that. Darren Richardson defeats Amazing Red at 22 minutes, 51 seconds in a no disqualification match to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. And after the match, Red was very frustrated. He took his boots off, and the crowd screaming, "No!" like he's going to retire. Red leaves the ring. Then he's looking around the crowd. But then Red comes back in the ring and grabs his boots. So I don't know if this whole thing with Red and Richardson is over. But now Carlos La Sombra Ramirez now has hired muscle for Darren Richardson, seemingly. Next matchup, we see current Crown Jewel champion Zilla Fatu and Lance Anoa'i challenge Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, for the House of Glory Tag Team Championship. During the match, Lance Anoa'i turns on Zilla Fatu with a super kick and a spear and then walked out of the match. The Hardys eventually capitalize. They pin Zilla, or one of them pins Zilla. Hardy Boys defeat Zilla Fatu and Lance Anoa'i at 12 minutes, 17 seconds to retain the Tag Team Championship. And the Hardys helped Zilla to his feet after the match was over. And then it was time for the main event, as we see Mustafa Ali challenge the Root of All Evil, Charles Mason, for the Heavyweight Championship. Unless I'm mistaken, it's the first time I've seen Charles in typical wrestling gear. He wasn't dressed to the nines for this match. Mustafa had hit a 450 splash off the top rope and seemingly pinned Mason, but Mason had his foot on the rope at 12 minutes, 50 seconds. But referee Nick Shin said the match had to be restarted, and even David Adams told the crowd that. I think something happened to ref Nick Shin, and Mason hit Ali with a lariato, which made him do a 360. Eventually, Mason catches Ali jumping in midair, puts a sleeper hold on him, and at the restarted match, Charles Mason defeats Mustafa Ali at 2 minutes, 41 seconds to retain the Heavyweight Championship. Now, after that, for some reason, the lights kept going out, on and off for some reason throughout the show. But the lights seemingly had gone out, and Charles's music stops, and we're thinking, is something going to happen here? And all of a sudden, a masked man enters the ring. He attacks Mason and leaves him laying. He unmasks. It's none other than former WWE and AEW competitor Andrade, who, of course, is the ex-husband of Charlotte Flair. And Andrade had the belt in his hand, and Mason eventually leaves the ring, and I forgot what. And actually, at that point, it's kind of how the show ended up on the screen. They flashed that Andrade will be appearing when House of Glory returns to Queens in the new year on Friday night, February 20th. The show had no intermission. It didn't go as long as the October event. Personal notes, it was good seeing ringing out to David Adams, who remembered it was my birthday, and he told me he loves my videos. David, maybe whether it's February 20th or next time I catch you, we do a video together. Well, not a video, I'm sorry. We get a picture together. I mean, David, you've got the that Dave Penzer influence on your ring announcing. Because I remember throughout the night you were saying, "Winter Warfare continues." Because Dave Penzer, he used to say, "World Championship Wrestling, insert pay-per-view here, continues." When Penzer ring announced for WCW. Good seeing Michael Blackman, who I hadn't seen in a long time. Norman Alvarado, who was vendoring. A lot of pretty women in the crowd. A lot of the fans that were sitting in front of me and even behind me, they had ice buckets of beer, drinking Coronas and Modelos. It's like, who knows how much a whole bucket is? I know over a year ago I bought a bottle of Heineken for like $8. Who knows how much a whole bucket full of beer and drinks would be. Okay, for some reason, I'm starting to feel lonesome again at House of Glory shows. You know, there were this one lady I met and used to sit with or sit near, and she hasn't been there and I haven't seen her there in some time. And I only went to 3 HOG events here in 2025. Uh, oh, one dude sitting next to me, he had a Money in the Bank briefcase with him. I don't know if he stayed for the whole show because I think after Red's match with Darren Richardson, he either left or just, I guess, went to walk around or something. Okay. Well, I guess it's time to plug. House of Glory will kick off their 2026 on Friday, January 30th, as they debut out in Los Angeles, California. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, they debut in Los Angeles, California, Friday, January 30th, as they present City of Angels. Okay. Already announced for that show a meet and greet with former WWE and TNA wrestler Kurt Angle. We've got for that show also already announced. I think that's all they got so far. But they, as I said earlier, they return to Queens, New York. Oops. They return to Queens, New York on Friday night, February 20th, as they present No Turning Back. And by the way, the price, the prices, the ticket price are already on the damn website. $125 for front row. And that stage where the people can see the wrestlers go to and from the ring, they want $75 for that. I'm not that rich, folks. I mean, I know it's like to, go to a wrestling show, but I gotta look at my bills first too. But as I said earlier, for February 20th, Andrade will be appearing. I'm guessing he's going to challenge Charles Mason for the championship. Now, what I would like to see for February 20th, I'd like to see Zilla Fatu one-on-one with Lance Hawaii for the the Crown Jewel Championship. The Hardy Boys take on the Rascals. I don't know which two it is, if it's Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier, who we knew was Wesley in NXT. What else would I like to see at this one? Oh, well, I could see maybe Raheem Royal and Joey Silver, or Raheem Royal and another partner take on Angel Jaquez and Idris Jackson after what happened after the tag match. Yeah, I wish there was like some kind of a diner in that area near the NYC arena, because I would like go get something to eat there and record the videos there. Great seeing Bobby, who noticed me in the crowd at some point behind him. I wish my buddy Erica Santiago could have made this show and could have gotten a birthday hug out of her. Well, like I said earlier, a lot of good-looking ladies in the crowd. As I said about the people around me, I had all those buckets of beer. One gentleman right in front of me, he actually, instead of using a bottle opener to get the bottle off his Corona, he actually used his teeth. I don't know why someone would do that. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad I have a bottle opener now, even though they drank. I was hoping there'd be at least one left in one of those bottles, but I was like, jeez. No, I'm not saying they're alcoholics, folks, but I don't know how people could, drink all that throughout the show and stuff. I don't know if they got drunk or were almost drunk by the time they left. Ugh. But, House of Glory did great to cap off 2025. 2026, I'm sure, will be great as time goes along. And I forgot to mention, they return to Long Island Saturday, March 21st, which is the day of the big event convention. I don't think they've announced anybody yet for that very show. So HOG, great to be back there. 2025 was a pretty big year for yous. Can't wait to see what 2026 holds, especially February 20th in Queens. All right, so... Oh, and another thing. Somebody, David Adams, Brian XL, Amazing Red. Someone, please, what is that? The theme music that kicks off every HOG show. I love that. That's why you get the crowd going, HOG. Come on, what is that music? I don't know if it's original music or a musician that not everybody knows compose it. Please, I want to know what that is. I wish it was on YouTube or somewhere out there on an app so we could all listen to it as such. Oh, I forgot what match it was. We have a memorable quote, or should I say a memorable chant. Somebody in front of me was saying, "Fuck the ref, fuck the ref." One of the fans in front of me, and there were people in the crowd saying, "Hey, yo." And in my mind, I'm thinking, wait. Not everybody wants to know. And I guess say, wait a minute, not everybody wants to know. Okay, so, and good seeing my longtime friend Randy and Roy, who they were hanging by the back. They didn't come to the show. They were hanging by the back, back door. But in the period, because it was so cold outside, I don't think they really caught anybody or couldn't tell who was leaving or coming out the back door. But yeah, okay. Ugh. My mouth's so dry. All right. Also, I don't know, House of Glory. You get some sturdier chairs. I mean, sometimes those chairs, I would see chairs breaking. Mine was not really strong. I say it wasn't strong, but it didn't break either. I mean, I wish you get some like some maybe metal chairs for the crowd to sit on instead of those plastic chairs, whether or not they're property of the building. During the Red, I forgot to mention, during the Red Darren Richardson matchup, I think Richardson brought a kendo stick into play, and I don't know, it fell out of the ring, and one fan in the front row caught it. He threw it to Red when it was his turn to use it on Darrenson. I don't know. Hopefully, like I said, it was a great night, and certainly can't wait for House of Glory in 2026. HOG, 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 HOG.